In the green shirt, Gary-Skidmore, who owns the bowling center just across the street from here. And Mike Scroggins, who began bowling at the age of 13 just because his dad said he looked too bored at home. And that's the way the Albequerque Open begins, with the Albequerque kid, Gary-Skidmore, a strike in the first frame.
Gary-Skidmore, look at this shot. Look how far he projects the ball out of the lane. That's his MO. And look at the nice, friendly hometown break for Gary-Skidmore.
Mike Scroggins from Amarillo, Texas. And he begins with a strike.
Not quite as enthusiastic a reaction from the crowd, and it's a tough situation for Mike Scroggins, who's really a nice young man, but right now they want to see Gary-Skidmore throwing the strikes.
I mentioned he started bowling, Mike did, at the age of 13 because his dad was tired of the boys, and he has a twin brother, Mark, who was the Rookie of the Year on the PBA Tour in 1993. They were just sitting around doing nothing. So Dad signed them up for a league. They didn't like it, didn't want to go back the second week. Dad made them, and they've been bowling ever since.
For an early double, he gets that light shaker, and there's a smile, a little bit of a fist in the air from Mike Scroggins.
Almost every bowler that we talked to this week loves the way this crowd reacts to stuff like that.
Take a look at that light shaker hit. With these powerful balls, the light hit is very friendly. Gary-Skidmore needs to strike to keep pace here in the second frame.
On lane 24.
And he does exactly the same thing that Mike Scroggins does. He hits a little bit light, shakes those pins around. We'll take a look. Watch the projection right here. Look, he lofts that ball a good 8 to 10 feet out on the lane. Makes its move at about 45, 50 feet. Just enough hook to mix up the pins.
What a great story Gary-Skidmore is. He's been bowling about 20 games a day for the last 4 weeks just to get ready for this tournament. Remember, he's been off the tour since 1990. He told me he just lost his drive. I think he's got it back.
Now, once again, coming in high, and Gary motioned with his arm as if he elbowed that ball a little bit. That will cause the ball to hook early. I know when we take a look, you can see the ball cutting through the heart. Very fortunate to knock down the split. Gary-Skidmore, a good spare shooter, should have no problem making this spare. He'll be 2 pins down after 3 frames with the conversion. The right-hander said both the lanes play about the same. The left-hander said the right lane hooks more for them. And we'll see how that plays out as he continues. And there's Gary's wife, Eve.
And so Mike Scroggins up in the third frame. Gary-Skidmore coming off the spare. Scroggins working on a double here in the opening round match in Albuquerque.
Opportunity to take an early 12-pin lead. Will it hook back? Oh, lovely shot from Mike Scroggins.
He was very consistent all week long.
We take a look at a picture-perfect shot from Mike Scroggins. He gets the ball down a lot earlier than Gary. Watch how it makes a nice smooth transition. Well, take my word for it, those pins are gone.
He actually did not expect to be in the finals this week. In fact, he was entered in a regional tournament in El Paso, Texas. Well, he's going to be a little busy. He won't be able to make it.
No, he certainly won't. That's got to really hook. Well, comes in a little bit light.
Leaves the 7-pin. So a 9 in the 4th frame for Mike Scroggins.
We take a look once again at Mike Scroggins. Got almost like a rubbery arm swing. Very, very loose, which is really translates into good carry in the back end, although not in the 4th frame. He switches balls hard and straight. And he slips that ball into the left channel.
And so Mike Scroggins has an open frame here in the 4th. Gary-Skidmore is up next when we come back. Welcome back to the Albequerque Open. Leisure lanes, Gary-Skidmore. +1, and he's up in the 4th frame on lane 24.
Gary, the recipient of that break when Mike Scroggins could not convert the 7-pin. Coming out of commercial, let's see how he reacts, and reacts very well. Keeps that 1-pin lead, and that We'll take a look at this shot once again. Look at the pin action. 6-pin does the damage on the 10. Always important to take advantage. If your opposition does something a little bit not so smart, you've got to jump all over that. You just don't have that many opportunities. These 10 frames go by so fast.
Well, he jumped on an opportunity last night, making up 102 pins just to make the TV finals. And Gary-Skidmore with a strike in the 5th, and now an 11-pin lead.
Gary-Skidmore. Skidmore's a fiery player. I remember bowling against him in 1984, and he needed a strike to shut me out. Not only did he run it out, but he got right up in my face as if to say, Marshall, you're done for this week. Well, and he was right.
Mike Scroggins is not done. He strikes in the 5th. Mike's wife, Melanie, on hand with their baby son. Mike Scroggins, I mentioned that his twin brother Mark is a fine bowler, the Rookie of the Year back in 1993.
Yeah, many people think that Mark is actually the better player of the two. I believe last year in the Southwest region, Mark Scroggins was the Player of the Year and Mike was the runner-up. So they're both very good.
And he strikes in the 6th.
Well, he's put that 7-pin miss in the 4th frame behind him. Right now, Gary-Skidmore up by 1 pin, so very close.
Skidmore's lead down to just 1 pin, but he certainly has the crowd on his side. The Albuquerque kid, Gary-Skidmore, 43 years old, and another strike.
And Gary-Skidmore, his bowling goals, not to embarrass myself this week and try to make a check. Well, Gary, you're not embarrassing yourself at all as we take another look at this form that we're going to be seeing a lot of. Good projection, 10 in the pit. You know he wants it. You throw the ball, and then all